Hey everyone, welcome. Welcome. We'll get started shortly.
I want to ask you about an AICC. I was wondering whether you can talk about it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Don't just remind me when we get started, okay?
Sure.
All right. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Hey, Tracy. Welcome, Tracy. We'll get started shortly.
Hey, David.
Hello, hello. Tonight, we'll go over stocks, options, and ETFs. Stocks, options, and ETFs. Hey, Bill. Welcome, Bill.
Hey, David.
Hello. We'll get started shortly, guys. Stocks, options, and ETFs. All right, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. Lots are happening in the markets. The VIX came down today. VIX came down. We'll go over that. We'll get started shortly, guys. Stocks, ETFs, and options. We'll go over that this evening. Hey, Stella. Welcome, Stella. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hope everyone's having a great week. As you guys know, on Thursdays, we go over stocks, options, and ETFs. Go ahead and share my screen. All right, here. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So you guys should see my screen here, Monster Market Tracker. But we'll take a look at the futures first. So the futures are up right now. All right, so the futures are up. We are still seeing buying in crude oil. So buying in crude oil, that's still happening in the futures market. All right. A lot of silver. They're starting to buy silver. All right, so the metals. All right, so silver here, right in here. They're still buying VIX a bit, so volatility, but silver and crude oil. Crude oil, they've been buying crude oil, but they're starting to buy silver in a big way. All right, so we're starting to see silver, a lot of silver buying in the futures market. I will talk about that as we move forward this evening. Okay, so let's see here. So commodities, here is silver, right? So silver, that they're really buying silver, gold, crude oil, right here, heating oil. So crude oil hasn't changed. They're still buying that. As far as the indexes, basically the same. All right, same story. We are kind of consolidating a bit. Okay, so I would say this is the Dow as an example here. Here is resistance right here on the Dow, and here is support. Support would be right here, so right around in here. So here's our sell short signal. So we haven't moved a lot, guys. So here's our sell short signal, right? And we still right here. We really need to make lower lows and get in that redistribution phase is really what we want to see, but that's not happening. Okay, so that's not happening. So here is pretty good support. I would say support, pretty good support right here, pretty good resistance right here. Previous sell short signal right here, and price is getting right back in here. Okay, so price is holding, it's holding. Okay, not moving down as fast as we would like to see through the markdown phase. All right, there's nothing we can do about that. We can just react to it, right? Same
David,
thing.
David, would that be called the accumulation phase down there, where you was pointing to, like the support and resistance between that area that's kind of consolidated?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it accumulation, but it is consolidating. Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Okay,
consolidated.
what's the difference?
Accumulation, you want to think about accumulation is at the bottom, right?
Okay.
Getting ready. So I would say, let's see, let me open this up here. So accumulation would be like down in this area here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So always
Okay.
think of accumulation prior to the markup phase. So
Okay.
accumulation, yeah, accumulation, and then the markup phase. This here is consolidation. Okay. Getting ready. This is in the markdown phase. Okay.
Okay.
So this is like distribution. Okay.
Okay.
Distribution, redistribution if it breaks support.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good question. Yeah. So they're not holding. It's, you know, it's not right here. So we basically in the second, if you guys look here, so that's really messing us up right now as far as puts. We can't really go do a lot right now. So here is, I would say here is support, pretty good support right here. The price close today right here. Here is resistance right here. Here was our previous sell short signal. So we're still caught up in this area right here, just like the previous area in here, right? What we want to see is price kind of trending like this, but to the downside, and it's holding. That doesn't mean it can't continue, right? But if the price gets back up into this area in here, which is for the Dow, it's back in the box, then you could see the price start testing this area in here, all right, and then moving higher. So it's just hard to trade this when price is consolidating like this, okay? And I'll show you guys what's happening with the sectors. This is the indexes, so we always look at the indexes first. So we'll take a look at the sectors and then the stocks. All right, so same thing with the Russell. All right, so we don't want to get aggressive to the downside. If you guys look at the Russell right here, same story here. Right, and we can't do anything about it. We just have to kind of react to it and try to manage risk as much as possible. Here was the sell short signal here, and that the price came down. It's been stuck in this area here. So here is support right here. Here is support right here, and look here. It hasn't gone anywhere, right? Up and down, hasn't moved anywhere. So when price does this, it really tells us that the buyers are holding, right? So they don't want the price to move lower. They're holding, and if they're really good at holding the price, guys, they can start pushing the price higher, all right? And the buyers can come in. We've got white candles here. So if we get up near this area here, we could see buyers come in and start moving higher, all right? And that's okay. We'll just have to switch hats and go long. All right. So, all right. All right. The VIX is moving higher a bit. It's not a big deal yet, but we did get, so here is the VIX here. And as you guys know, the way the VIX works is, as the VIX is the VIX volatility index. So when the VIX goes higher, when we get buying in the VIX like these green candles here, that's bearish for the market. The market comes down. All right. So a number above 20, anytime the price, the VIX gets above 20, that starts to be very bearish for the market. All right. So 20 is about right here. So when the VIX got above 20, started moving higher, the market started to come down. So we've got the VIX made a high, and then when the VIX comes down, right? So when volatility decreases, right? Volatility decreases, the VIX comes down below 20. That's very bullish. Remember that, very bullish for the markets. Okay, so the VIX made a high as 37.76, and now it's at 30. We've got a wide consolidating candle, so the VIX is coming down. So we'll watch it closely to see if it gets back below 20. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, as far as the indexes, the sectors, we're starting to see buying coming in. All right, so the VIX is still up, but if you guys look here, the Russell is up now. So we've got movement up in the Russell. The S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq is still down, but those could change if they keep moving higher. Energy was the only sector that we had that was up. Now we're starting to see more sectors. Okay, so the big institutions, big hedge funds are starting to buy these sectors. Okay, so healthcare, real estate, telecom. Okay, they're starting to buy those sectors slowly. All right, crude oil they've been in, so they've been in energy for a while. And then the metals, they're really starting to get into the metals. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. All right, so gold, silver, platinum, they're buying those. All right, and I'll open up floor up for questions in a minute. Okay, guys. We're starting to see movement in Stock Boss, lots of opportunities, stocks in Stock Boss. Okay. We haven't seen this for a while here. So here is our basic material. So basic material, that's the metals. So this ran today, Stock Boss ran today with Heat Seeker. So Heat Seeker, as you guys know, with Heat Seeker, we track about 22,000 stocks every single day automatically. And Heat Seeker will show us exactly what the big institutions are buying, okay, automatically. So basic materials, so here gold, silver, they're really pushing the metals, guys. So metal mining, gold, right? They're buying that. We'll take a look at some of the charts here. See right here, here's a buy signal, HMY, buy signal here, all right? $4.34 was the buy signal. It's all the way up here, 536. All right. Here's another one right here with an early buy signal. I just want to go through these. These are all metals. So gold and silver, okay, all metals. All right. And so they're starting to buy. What you guys want to be looking at is right here, these green candles right here. Buy signal right here, green candles getting into that markup phase. All right, so right here. All right, so they're definitely buying those, and that's really good. So the market is undecided right now, but underneath everything, they're starting to buy those metals, right? Buying silver and gold. Great trade right here. Buy signal was at 392. It's at 418 right now. Perfect buy signal on a break of this resistance right here, getting in that markup phase. Okay. Also, the next big area that they're buying is energy. And we know they've been buying energy for a while, right? So they're continuing to buy energy stocks. So all these are energy stocks. These are stocks that are $10, below $10, right? All of these are below $10, kind of small cap stocks. Okay, so definitely energy, and they're starting to move slowly into healthcare, technology, but really it's energy and the basic materials, metals. Okay, same thing with Bullmaster. So we got basic materials here in Bullmaster. These are large cap stocks, $10 and higher. All right, so they're buying those. So I just want to show you guys that they're really buying. Hey, Peter, welcome. They're really buying metals, guys. Okay, so gold, silver, they're really buying those stocks, right? Okay, so here they're buying them. All right, so great opportunities. So start looking at those stocks. All right, start looking at those stocks. All right, the market is funky right now, but underneath, and this is what these institutions do. This is what they do, right? By the time we look up, they've pushed these stocks, right, all the way up. So we've got to be right there. We know what they're buying early. So they've rotated, right? They rotate. They always rotate from one sector to the next. All right, so they're definitely buying, and we can see that price action right in here. Okay, and energy, we know that energy, they've been buying energy for a while. They're continuing to buy energy. All right, so Yeah, look at these moves. Nice move. So don't be, we'll focus more on these two sectors, right? So I think what we should do rather than looking at shorts, all right, puts, right? We might have to focus more on longs, calls in these sectors right here. All right. Puts are really tough. Puts have been very difficult. Okay. So, but these two sectors here are really, really moving. So we'll focus, we'll put some more attention, especially with these opportunities that we see in here. I think this is about the second week. Second week we've seen moves like this in Bullmaster and Stock Boss. The futures, we've seen crude moving in the futures market, but it's just recently that we've seen where they're really starting to buy in Stock Boss. This is a lot of stocks in Stock Boss, right? This is a lot of stocks for having the condition of the market the way it is. And that's a lot for Bullmaster, right? You would think that we are making all-time highs, right, to have these many stocks, opportunities, okay? So they're definitely buying. Monster ETF, all right, I had to clean this up a bit. We had about 1,100 ETFs in here. A lot of them had expired. So right now we've got about 840 ETFs in Monster ETF. Okay, so that's still a good bit of ETFs. Okay, so this was today. We ran it today. We just have a few opportunities right now. Here's precious metals right now, but as things pick up, oh, that's a bad print here. As things pick up, we should see more opportunities in Monster ETF. Okay. All right. So I'm going to open up the floor. Any questions on any of this? Sniper Trader will we'll have Sniper Trader alerts tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see how the data comes through tomorrow. But I think we'll probably focus based on how the data comes through, and based on what's happening here. We'll probably focus more on calls. All right. Any questions on anything? Any questions on this? Any symbols you guys want to take a look at?
I have a question. I was a little bit late. Can you show us some ETFs for basic materials?
For basic materials, you want to see the
Yeah, if we could take a look at the chart for the 240 and the 1 hour.
Okay, the 240 and the 1 hour. What's the symbol?
I was just whether you could show us some examples.
Oh,
ETF
okay. Oh, ETFs
for basic materials.
All right, I have one here. It's not a very good. I don't know why. XLB. Hey, Charity, welcome. All right. Yeah, I don't like that one. That, hold on, Peter. Find a few here.
I'm still in gold barracks and silver. Took a little pullback today. I mean, the last 2 days, but I'm still staying strong in it.
Okay. You still you trading it on
The 240.
the 240. Okay.
Oil bounced back. Even though it looked ugly the last time we talked, but today it was strong. Make a strong back move.
Okay. Let's see here. XLB. these these materials ETFs, they don't look well. Here's one. This one looks good here. Okay, let me make a note of this. XME, Peter, XME, that's golden mining. So this looks good here.
Looks like we're a little bit late on this one.
Yeah, but let's see here. I want
to trade it at a smaller time frame.
Are you looking to trade an ETF or a stock?
The ETFs.
Okay.
Because I prefer things a little bit more liquid.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a look at some of the stocks. You see the volume here, you know, if you want to go, this is stock boss, so they're a bit cheaper. So you might not have the liquid there, but we still track, like if you look here, even with stock boss, I mean, that's 154 million shares traded here with this one here. So you got pretty good volume here. I would start taking a look because you've got heat seeker. So I would start taking a look at some of these. If you're not sure and you want to go higher, then you could do a little higher price, right? Like this one here has X. All right, that's US Steel. All right, that's 393 million shares traded, and that's 3 months worth of volume. So that's pretty good volume. All right, and here's the buy signal here. The buy signal was right at 26, and nice move. They're holding that. All right, so I just don't see a lot of opportunities with some of the ETFs. But you can find, I mean, a lot of these mining stocks, and some of them are early moves, Peter, like right here, fairly early, and that's cheap. I don't know what the options are on these, but I would just take a look. Let's see here.
There's news that's pushing all the basic materials. It's just we're in an economic war. I think Russia wants to ban us from selling the world their basic materials. You know, tit for tat kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, they've been the cheapest commodities they've been cheap for years, right? So they haven't been making all-time highs like tech and everything else. So they've been cheap. But so we are definitely seeing moves, right? And this is what's important, right? This is right in front of us, and they're definitely buying. I mean, almost every single symbol, I mean, has a buy signal. All right. So, and that wasn't the case, right? We've known about energy, right? But definitely they're buying the metals. All right. Hey, Kat, you had a symbol that you wanted to look at?
Yeah. So I was wondering, can you look at the Monster ETF? I want to check out what assistant picking out. So the ETF in here, is that where it's tradable?
Which
the ETF in here?
so the ones that came up today, we have a Colombia ETF.
Yeah.
That's tradable here. I mean, we could look further as far as the weekly and the monthly time frame, but just looking at the daily time frame, we have a buy signal here, right here on a break of this resistance right here. Buy signal right here. Buy signal came in, and this is pretty cheap. The buy signal came in at 1127 and it's at 1158. So it's that's a fairly recent buy signal.
Do you know when the buy signal are coming? What day?
What the buy signal came in on the 2nd. So
March 2nd.
Yeah, March the 2nd is when it came.
Which is more than a week ago. Okay.
Yeah, but it hasn't moved far from the buy signal. So the buy signal came in at $11.28. And now it's trading at 1158.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fairly recent. So that's Colombia, Indonesia.
This is the one we're just talking about, Indonesia. I was looking at another ETF, EIDL.
Yeah, so this is the IDX. All right. The buy signal came in on a break of this resistance right here, and pretty good resistance, pretty good support down in here. Broke resistance right here, give a buy signal at 2042. All right. And right now it's trading at 2066. Okay. So that's the next one. Then we have, I don't know what's going on with this print here. But utilities.
Wait, don't skip that one. That one's dangerous. JJP.
Yeah, I don't know what that, we won't even. Let's see here. Nothing here. Here is uranium. All right, so uranium, that's a global uranium ETF. And here was resistance right here. Pretty good resistance right here. Right here, you see, guys, you see that previous support resistance, right? Right here, break of resistance right here at 25, 35, and then the price closed right here at 26. So this is a fairly recent move right here. Yeah.
So that leads me to another question, right? So when we see the buy signal, should we act on it right away? Or should we wait a couple of days, like right now, still, a week later, more than a week later? Would that still?
Yeah, you could get in. Sometimes you will get a pullback. Okay, so sometimes you'll get a pullback to that resistance, which is now support. So you might get a pullback right here, right? And then it might push higher again. All right.
Okay.
Okay, but anywhere around this area here is good. Okay. Yeah. We should get more as things develop, right? I'm surprised that we don't have a lot more in Monster ETF, because commodities because this is a commodities system here. So, but it will develop. Things will improve in this system here.
Okay.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, things change really fast, really fast. Kat, any other questions on this? Any other symbols you want to take a look at?
Yeah. So I want to look at the ARCC, and I will explain why I want to buy this. This is the 8% dividends, and the dividend date coming out by March 14. So I was thinking, because of the price, because of the market in general.
What's the symbol?
ARCC.
ALCC? RARCC. Okay. ARCC. Okay.
So obviously we don't have a symbol.
Yeah, I think we talked about this one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So, So let's draw it out. We'll focus on just the daily. Okay, so if we have things that are setting up, to save time, if you've got something that's looking to break out, all right, you can always go back and look at some of the larger time frame. But if you don't have anything setting up like this, I wouldn't worry about going to the getting more information, right? Because you really don't have anything here yet. Okay, so I'm trying to find a really good resistance here. Okay, so we'll call this resistance here because it failed here, failed here, failed here. So we have more of a cluster here. So we'll call this resistance here. We'll call this support. All right, we might want to bring this in a little closer in support. We have, see right here, that previous resistance right here, support. So right here. So if you were looking to go long, it has a lot of work to do.
Right.
Yeah, it has a lot of work to do. Guys, if she wanted to go long, what would have to happen? If she wanted to go long in this, what would have to happen?
This is what I saw. We're in a kind of like a short-term downtrend. So we buy it at the bottom of the band and we sell at the top of the resistance.
No, we don't want to do that.
No, we don't want to do that.
Anyone wants to help out Kat if she wanted to buy this ARCC?
Well, we have to see a break in that resistance.
Very good, Tracy.
Yeah, price has to move above the moving average and stay above it.
Yeah. So price, the moving average is right here. All right. So Peter is right. Tracy is right. Resistance, right? If that moving average and that resistance is right here. So your price, Kat, would have to get, so you would have to get above definitely 21, 22, right? To be safe, right? To be safe, probably about 20. The previous buy signal came in at 22.35 and failed. Okay, so I would say above 22, right in that area in here. Okay, in order to buy. So this has a lot. It's got some work to do. Let's just take a look for just okay, so on the weekly time frame, we'll take a look at the weekly. We have a bigger story happening here. If you look here, it's already moved up quite a bit, right? And we've got support down in this area. Here, you got a big white candle, right? A big white candle. All right. When you get a big white candle at the top of your chart, that's not good. Because if you guys look here, this is all the way at the top here. So it came from, price came from $8 all the way up to 22. It's not a big price movement, but for this right here, it's a big, for this particular ETF, it's a big price move. And you've got a big candle here. These are not so bad when you're at the bottom of your chart, but when you're at the top, you could get some real selling come in. Okay, and then you've got support here. All right, the last time, so you got previous resistance, right? But the last time, look what happened the last time it broke this support, which was previous resistance. Okay, so check this out. Hold on 1 second here. All right, look at this, guys. Everyone.
By the way, I really have to leave. But I really appreciate, I'm gonna looking back in the video recording on this.
Okay, let me just show you this before you leave. The last
Okay.
time the selling came in and we got a sell signal to get out. Okay, look what happened.
That's March 2020.
Yeah, yeah. And right here. So right here is your support. So if it breaks this support and that as a big candle coming down here, you break that support. This was the last time we got a sell signal here. So if you get us on this buy signal here, is so far it's failing. Okay, so if it breaks that support, you get a sell signal, you could get a big move. Because traders remember these, they remember these big moves, right? So, all right, I'll let you go.
Thanks.
All
Thanks,
right.
guy.
All right, take care. Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys, any other questions and anything, any other symbols you guys want to see?
David, you were going to look at gold?
Gold. Okay, GOLD.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you trading it, Bill?
We did good with the sniper. Was that last week or the week before?
Week before.
I got back in last week.
Are you still in it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming long. You're long. Yeah, you're long.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yep.
All right. So what do you want to know?
I just want to see what you think. If we were up quite a bit there 2 days ago, and then yesterday it looked like we went was a little bit of a retracement.
Okay. Peter, you still in it also?
I think
We
he
have 2
said he
months.
was.
We have 2 months.
Yeah.
So we're still in the uptrend on the 240.
Okay. So 240, if you guys look here, 240 looks good, right? But you know, sniper is on the 30. Okay, Bill. So you're gonna get some hiccups here on the 30.
Yeah, right. I've been watching it on the 30.
Okay, so
So my expiration date on this is April 14th. I shouldn't get all herky jerky about this every day, right?
if you watch this, you will. Remember, this is sniper, right? So if you're taking it longer, then just at a minimum, I would do that probably the 60, because you're holding it longer, right? So you've taken a sniper trade and you're holding it longer, you're extending it, okay? So you're gonna get a lot of noise on the 30. Even this 60 is not too bad. Yeah, I mean, you the 240 is still holding. This is your first sniper that you've kept longer, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so you're gonna
The,
feel
the sniper trade was a 23 call. So if you look at 23 call, it's right at the moving average, the green moving average. So
Yeah.
we're good. The moving average is moving higher.
And you did the same call, Bill? You did the same call?
I didn't change. Basically, I just bought the same call that
You bought the same
sniper
call.
revenue.
Bill, did you buy the
Yeah, I
same
did.
call also?
I did the same call too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it should be, you know, it's extended now. You guys have to, you know, it's moved up quite a bit, right? So here was the buy signal on the 240. So just know, but the nice thing is all green candles, right? All green candle, it's holding yellow support and resistance. So within the markup phase, we're getting higher highs and higher lows, right? We don't have any purple support and resistance. So we should be good. Let's take a look at, and Bill, to give you some comfort, if we draw a trend line here on the 30, if you're watching the 30, Let's see here. You know, if you're watching the 30, here's a nice upward trend line. Okay, so price isn't really breaking down. Okay, so it's holding, nice
Okay.
upward trend line. It's holding here. Here is resistance. So look for it to get, you've got here. So price made this big move down, but guess what? It's been moving higher. See here, higher lows. So prices. So that's whenever you guys get concerned about a move and the price comes down, watch what happens after. Okay, watch how price is moving after that. Okay, so that will give you some comfort, right? So it's not making prices and it's not continuing to go down and making lower highs and lower lows. It's actually making, right? Yes, it came down, right? But here was the low all the way down here at 23. And since then, it's been making higher lows, right? So price has been going higher. See right here? See right here, Bill, you see that, right?
Yeah, I see it.
It's going
Yep.
higher and higher. So they're holding that price. They're holding that price, right? And now it's at 24. So, and it's right, that trend line is right up here. So I would look for it to, it's not breaking down, okay? I would look for it to move higher, get around, it needs to get above near term 25. All right, so whenever you guys get in a trade, and I know it's difficult when you get in a trade and it goes against you, don't just sell and get out. Watch how price reacts and what happens after, okay, and give it some time to develop. All right, because yeah, this could hit that 35, break that resistance right here. It's got some work to do in here, right? So it's got to consolidate, accumulate up in this area here. All right, and then hopefully look to move higher. It's been here before. All right, it's been at 26 before, and traders are they're they remember that. All right, let's just take a look at a larger time frame on it. Let's see here. We'll take a look at the daily. So yeah, don't panic on those unless they totally break down, right? Here is the daily. Here's the weekly. Here's the weekly here. Got some resistance in here. Here's the high at 31. This is an early a buy signal right here on the weekly, right here. So yeah, this is just getting past this area here. 26. That's pretty good. That's solid. That's solid. That's this week. That's this week here, and it's just pulling back on the week. All right. So buyers are still in control. You guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So on the monthly, same thing, buyers are in control. So you've got to get above, you got above that. On the monthly, this will be an area of concern, which was the previous sell short signal right here. You've got resistance right here. That's at 31. So you've got time. You've got time. So I wouldn't worry too much. You can sleep tonight, Bill.
Okay, thanks.
You can sleep like a baby tonight. No worries,
right.
no worries, no worries, no worries. All right. And as soon as I say that, the thing will collapse in the morning. Right? Okay. So anything else? Anything else you guys want to take a look at?
The XLE.
XLE.
on the 60-minute.
On the 60-minute, okay. Okay. Very similar. Very similar. This is the monthly, right? So very similar to gold, right? Very, very similar. Let's change this to the 2. What time frame? 60?
Yes, 60-minute.
All right, 60 minutes. Yeah. All right. So what are you doing here, Peter?
Staying long.
Where was your entry?
72 call.
Oh, nice. Okay. How long are you holding it? When do they expire?
I got 3 weeks.
Okay, so you got plenty of time. Okay, good. Good. Are you gonna trade it and hold it on the 60 the whole time? Okay.
We just
go
had
ahead.
let's see, today's Thursday. On Wednesday, we just had that pullback. So that's the day when I told you I had to walk away from my computer. I knew it was going to be a down day. I didn't want to look at it. So one day shouldn't shake us out of a trade.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna happen, right? This will happen, right? There are times when you want to get out, right? But when it's holding the price like this, when you see the price action like this right here is what will mess you up. And I remember you talked about it, Peter. You left, right? You left the screen, turned everything off, right? Here on the 240, right? It looks pretty good. It looks really good. You're right. You got that pullback right here. Every time, guys, when think of when the price moves like this, right? A lot of traders feel like they've missed out on the price, right? So they are waiting for that pullback, and they usually wait for that pullback right here on that break of resistance, which is support, right? To get in, right? Because they feel like they've missed out. Okay. So right at that support here, or that moving average, right, is also a great area that they get back in, kind of like in here also, kind of like in here. So every time that price pulls back to that moving average, now it's scary, because if you're in it and you look at your account, right, it's going to be down. And what we're thinking is, hey, should I be getting out? Should I be getting out? We're not thinking, should we be adding or buying more? But that's what you guys want to be thinking when it's in the markup phase. Only when it's in the markup phase. Any pullback, right? Like Peter did, turn everything off. Don't even watch it, right? When it's in the markup phase like this, right? Or like this over here, I know it's hard. It's very, very hard, right? But if you're able to stomach it, right? And then just wait, right, for the buyers to come back in. These are great opportunities to get in again, right? And what happens here is all these, so price made a big move up. All the traders that thought that, hey, man, I really wanted to get in, right? But I'm not going to get in at 80. I'll get in when it pulls back, right? To get a better price down in this area here at 73. That's when they got back in. As soon as it touched right? This support right here, right near that moving average, they just pushed it back up. Okay. So Peter, you've got buyers, they're definitely back in, and they should look to test this high right here at 80. Okay. They should look to test that high here at 80. I wouldn't worry about this purpose support and resistance because you've cleared it pretty good, right? You've just like you cleared this one here, cleared it pretty good, cleared this one pretty good. All right, you should be fine. Okay, to at least get to 80 on the weekly. You guys see that? Do you guys see what I'm
Yeah.
seeing? Yeah.
Yeah.
The weekly. Do we have anything here on the weekly? So the weekly is clearing this resistance here on the weekly. So it's clearing this resistance right here. That's good. That's really good. It's clearing it. And then on the monthly, we've got all right. So on the monthly, we've got Peter, we've got pretty good resistance right here. And it's hitting that resistance right here. All right, but it's very strong. Price is moving. These are big candles. So they are loving this ETF, right? So big candles, right? See how big candles, lots of liquidity. All right, so I would look, you should be able to get past this here. The way price is approaching that resistance, you should be fine. No resistance up in this area here. This is where you have most of your resistance right here. Peter, right here. This is it right here, right at 70, 78. We'll call it 80, right? So traders like these round numbers. So 80, right? So we'll call it 80. If you can get past 80, and it looks like it should, this is not resistance. This is just a high. This is not resistance. Here is your resistance here. And this is on the monthly. So if you can get, you'll get past 80. So this could really go a lot higher. This could really go a lot higher. Yeah. Really go a lot higher. Good job. Good job with this. Good job. And you got in at what, 72? So right here.
Yep.
On
72.
the 72. Good job. All right. I want to take a quick look at some of the Forex we've got. So we've got some pairs here. Be careful with Forex a bit. It's a lot of the run-ups have closed. A lot of the dollar pairs have closed. So we might find a bit of a consolidation. Let's see here. 1 second here. So let's see. We are still in Nzd CAD. So we're still holding that long. All right. Watching it closely. Here we have a purpose support and resistance, and prices consolidating in here. All right. If we get a white candle, we'll get out. Okay, we'll get out because of this purpose support and resistance. All right. The other Kiwi pair is Nzd USD, and I'll end with this. That's holding a bit better. We do have purpose support and resistance right here. but it's holding a bit, it's holding. We've got green candles. If we get a white consolidating, if we have a white candle, I'll watch it closely, but I like this better than New Zealand CAD, right? It looks a bit better than New Zealand CAD, but the pairs are weakening, right? EUR-TRY, EUR-TRY. Okay, that's holding, right? That's holding right here. All right, EUR, CHF. I think the Euro pairs are trying to make a move. They had fallen quite a bit, right? They had fallen quite a bit, right? So this is always good when they fall like this, and then we can get in, right? So we got a buy signal, and this is a high buy signal, but we'll take it, right? Ideally, we want to get it right in this area in here, right? But still holding, right? Still holding. We should get a move. And I do think we're starting to see some buying coming in the Euro pairs. And whenever they fall like this, right, we can get a pretty good move back up quickly. Let's see here. So here's the buy signal here. It pulled back, but it's holding. It's holding. No sell signal yet. So we'll look overnight to test this, get back up here and test this resistance here again. All right. Now we had more of a pullback on this one here. EURNOK give us a little bit more of a challenge here. All right. So pull back more. All right. Now this has a white consolidating candles. It's a concern. All right. So here was the buy signal here. Let's see here. So here was the buy signal on this break. If you guys see here, pretty good support, previous support, now resistance. We got a buy signal when the price cleared, and almost immediately we got slammed back down. All right. So we're gonna hold it, right? We're not gonna close it. If we had this type of price action at the top, I would say get out, but we've got that price action at the bottom. Okay, so we've got that price action at the bottom here. So we could get a move kind of like this. Okay, kind of like this is what we're kind of hoping for. A big push, a big push. So we need some big buyers to come in and push the price higher. Okay, so it's not in total danger. If it gets down in this area here, we'll get a sell signal, but it's still holding a bit, but we need some buying to come in. The good news is that EUR, the good news is that EUR-CHF has got buying coming in, and these pairs will follow each other. So we've got buying coming in here, so that should help. That should help the other pair. All right. Otherwise, not too bad. A bit of a challenge. All right, with these pairs. Let's see here. Yeah. So. Yeah, these pairs made some big moves, so expect we had most of the pairs, the dollar pairs closed. All right, that's USD TRY. So a lot of the dollar pairs closed, and we closed a couple today. All right, so the dollar pairs, we need to stay out of those for a while, right? There's absolutely nothing to do yet, right? So they closed from their big moves. So they've got to develop. Nothing to do here. All right. All right, guys. Any questions? Any other questions? Any other questions on anything? All right. So I will see you guys. We'll have us advanced tomorrow, advanced training tomorrow. We'll keep it short. All right. And hope you guys have a good evening. Take care. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Good
Steve.
night.
All right, guys. Take care.